Assalamu alaikum. Brothers and sisters, I'm Malik Hodge and this is War Alert. Brothers and sisters, Louis Farrakhan is not of the seed of Abraham. Louis Farrakhan is of the Synagogue of Satan, of the saying themselves Jews to be, and not they are. But they are lying. Brothers and sisters, Louis Farrakhan's father is a Caucasian white man. Look at the resemblance. Louis Farrakhan states that his father raped his black mother, and she tried 3 times to abort him but was not successful. Louis Farrakhan's father is Jewish. Louis Farrakhan states in an article, Farrakhan claims his father may have been a Jew. Washington, D.C., Louis Farrakhan suspects that his father may have been Jewish. At least that's what he tells Henry Louis Gates Jr. in the current issue of the New Yorker magazine. Speaking of his father's white Portuguese parents, the Nation of Islam leader said, "I'm going to tell you something you really want to know. What I think? I think they were members of the Jewish community." He added, "I believe that in my blood and not in a bad way, because when I was a little boy, I used to love listening to Jewish cantors in Boston. They had a program, and every week I would listen. I was struck by the cantor, and I've always loved the way they sing and recite the Torah." Gates, citing the academic source, says Farrakhan's assertion about his lineage is highly probable given that nearly all people of Liberian descent in Jamaica and Barbados are of Sephardic Jewish ancestry. Farrakhan was born in 1933, the son of May Clark, who was from Barbados. He was named Gene after his father, a light-skinned man. Brothers and sisters, if your parents are white, then you're white skinned with straight hair from Jamaica. His father, Gates writes, was a philanderer whom the family rarely seen. If in my lineage there are Jews, I would hope that in the end, before my life is over, I not only will have rendered a service to my own beloved community of black people, but will have also rendered a service to the Jewish community, Farrakhan was quoted saying. Brothers and sisters, the Synagogue of Satan, Louis Farrakhan wants to render services to them. Brothers and sisters, Louis Farrakhan is the seed from the seed of a Caucasian white man, and he is Jewish. He is of the Synagogue of Satan. Brothers and sisters, Louis Farrakhan is an agent. Louis Farrakhan is working on behalf of his nature or his people, his father's people, his people. Brothers and sisters, Louis Farrakhan has carried out every objective of the counterintelligence program.
Although the Nation of Islam, does not presently advocate violence by its members, the group does preach hatred of the white race and racial separatism. The membership of the Nation of Islam is organized and poses a real racial threat. The Nation of Islam is responsible for the largest black nationalist newspaper, which has been used by other black extremists. The Nation of Islam appears to be the personal fiefdom of Elijah Muhammad. When he dies, a power struggle can be expected and the Nation of Islam could change direction. We should be prepared for this eventuality. We should plan how to change the philosophy of the Nation of Islam to one of strictly religious and self-improvement orientation, deleting the race hatred and separate nationhood aspects. In this connection, Chicago should consider what counterintelligence action might be needed now or at the time of Elijah Muhammad's death to bring about such a change in Nation of Islam philosophy. Important considerations should include the identity, strengths, and weaknesses of any contenders for Nation of Islam leadership. What are the positions of our Bureau Deletion informants in regard to leadership? How could potential leaders be turned or neutralized? The alternative to changing the philosophy of the Nation of Islam is the destruction of the organization. This might be accomplished through generating factionalism among the contenders for Elijah Muhammad's leadership or through legal action in probate court on his death. Chicago should consider the question of how to generate the factionalism necessary to destroy the Nation of Islam by splitting into several groups. Bureau Deletion. Do you think that the FBI just folded and walked away? Read this document carefully. Did not the FBI accomplish each of their goals? Did not Farrakhan deliver everything the FBI wanted? We should plan to change the philosophy of the Nation of Islam to one of strictly religious and self-improvement orientation. Sunniism, Scientology. Deleting the race hatred. Don't call devils anymore. Deleting the separate nationhood aspects. We ain't going nowhere. No existing economic program. The reason why these facts are ignored is because those that surround him are demons, fools, idolaters and FBI agent handlers who make sure he stays on track.
Brothers and sisters, Louis Farrakhan is the son of perdition. Scriptures state, "Let no one deceive you by any means, for that day will not come unless the falling away comes first. And the man of sin is revealed, the son of perdition, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he sits as God in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God." Brothers and sisters, Louis Farrakhan is sitting on Elijah's seat. He's sitting in the temple of God, claiming that he's the Messiah, that he's the God, exalting himself above all. Him and his student ministers is calling him the Christ, Joshua, Jonah. Brothers and sisters, Louis Farrakhan did not take the seat when Elijah Muhammad was taken. However, Louis Farrakhan brags and boasts how he is the mouthpiece of Elijah Muhammad, that he's the national spokesperson for Elijah Muhammad at the time of Elijah Muhammad's taking, that he's Elijah Muhammad national representative. Brothers and sisters, Louis Farrakhan did not take the leadership role when Elijah Muhammad was taken. Louis Farrakhan allowed Wallace D. Muhammad to come off the street after being exiled by Elijah Muhammad. Louis Farrakhan allowed Wallace to come in and gain control of the Nation of Islam assets. Brothers and sisters, Louis Farrakhan joined Wallace Muhammad, and they destroyed the Nation of Islam. After Wallace gained control over the Nation of Islam assets through probate court, and Louis Farrakhan did not stand up and speak against or speak for the members of the nation, did not even contend, brothers and sisters, Louis Farrakhan and Wallace D. Muhammad started something called the Balalians, destroyed the Nation of Islam and got rid of it. That's the falling away, brothers and sisters. Then the man of sin was revealed, the son of perdition, the son of the synagogue of Satan, the son of perdition, the man of sin, a seed of a Caucasian white man who is made weak and wicked by nature. Brothers and sisters, Louis Farrakhan is sitting in the temple of God. Brothers and sisters, scriptures state that they are in every high position. Our enemies is all around us, and our enemies is sitting in our house, in our nation. Brothers and sisters, Louis Farrakhan is the son of perdition and of the synagogue of Satan, of those of the saying themselves Jews to be and are not. And not they are. But they are lying. Brothers and sisters, Louis Farrakhan is not the true seed of Abraham. With that, brothers and sisters, I'm going to bring this to a close and greet you as I came in the greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum.